Hey guys, how are you? This is Jeff from the Tattooed Spirit, and I'm coming on just to give a little bit of a musing, a little bit of a thought, a little bit of a really cool inspiration that sort of really melded together for me with a client that I just finished up with about an hour ago. I don't know if it's the same with you if you read for other people, but there tends to be waves, I mean, for me at least, where there's just a whole bunch of people interested in their career, and then a whole bunch of people talking about, and they're curious about, what their love life is going to be, I mean, those are the two big camps. I mean, yeah, right, we all know that, but there's always this sort of a flow in between each of those two subjects. And so lately, over the past couple weeks, definitely my last 7 or 8 readings really have been about changing career and how best to take the first steps into that. And as I drew these first two cards, I thought they were fascinating because I had seen these pairs before, always paired together. Whenever I'm talking to my clients about how to begin new steps into building a bigger clientele, building a business, how do I move forward? And I am always I'm less surprised now, but at the beginning, when I first started drawing the devil and the death together, you see a lot of these in videos where like, hey, these are the scary cards and why they're not scary. These two, for me, are the biggest change agents. I enjoy working with these two cards the most because they're just so loaded with valuable information. And so I wanted to share with you my insight in the hopes that it might flavor your tarot soup, as I like to say, and your understandings about this is how we can look at our potential clients and our potential clients with whatever product we're servicing or whatever product or service that we're beginning to offer or considering offering. And really, when I got these, and I have been getting these together, it's so weird and wonderful whenever the same kind of cards come up paired together. But whenever these come up together, what I'm getting is that the best way for you to approach getting into your new thing is to be able to look at your clients or customers in a way that challenges their own belief systems that they have amongst themselves, that they have on themselves. And in fact, it was just last week where I had a reading where I was doing what Tom Benjamin had suggested, taking a Post-it note. I'd done this in the past and I forgot and I got away from it. Then I saw a video that Tom Benjamin did. You definitely need to see his channel. I'll link it below. He's a really cool guy, does some really cool stuff. And that's just, writing out your own little positions. And this BS means belief system. And I didn't even really get the whole bullshit aspect of it, but that's really what it is. So now let me try to attempt to pull this commentary together that whenever you approach clients and customers in a way that you challenge their own bullshit beliefs that they have about themselves, it is almost a guarantee that you're going to be able to attract them further and have them purchase your product and sign up for your service. By that, to get a little bit more specifically, like I like to think that I'm in the service field. I'm in the health provider field. I love my tarot stuff, and with the hypnotherapy, it's fantastic, and they meld together so perfectly. But whenever I'm talking to a person who's coming to me saying, I got a problem, I got this thing, I can't get on a plane, or I got this thing, I don't know how to move forward, or I can't get over this relationship, or whatever it is, it's because they have a belief that they can't get through this thing. They have a belief that there's a fault in them. They have a belief that there's something wrong with them because they're experiencing something that just doesn't feel good. And what is the best way to be the business aspect of being able to sell your services and being able to sell your products is to look at those people coming at you saying, I need that product, I can't have my life the way I want it unless I have whatever you're selling, is to be able to look at them and just say, you know what, your life is perfect. Even if it's in your inference, to say, I know your life, you don't need this, but what I can tell you is that this is going to enhance the wonderful life that you have now. Now, whenever you approach your client or customer like that, as opposed to some old school salesman that's just like, you need this, your life is going to suck unless you have what I'm selling. So may you just line up here and hopefully we have enough for all of you. Whenever you flavor it with selling any sort of belief, or really you're selling a new belief system about them, that they really don't need your service, that you see them as if they are already perfect, and all you really want to do is basically sell them your aspect of how you're seeing them, because they see you sensing them as there's nothing wrong, which a good therapist does, which is what a good healer does, which is what someone who's selling a really cool, interesting new product or service does, is just say, look, man, you're fine, but this is going to make your life really great. The people who are buying, who are looking to be helped, they want that faith in you so that they can adopt their view of themselves, of how you're looking at them. So I say that maybe in too many words that I needed, but it's really the only way I can communicate sometimes because I'm trying to be very clear. But to look upon your clients, look upon the people who are curious about learning more about tarot and about, can you solve this problem for me? Is he going to ask me out, or is this going to work out with this girl? Is to tell them everything is going to work out perfectly. Let's just try to find some clarity on it. And then have them buy into that. Oh yeah, everything's going to work out. Now let's try to understand it. It's a much different feeling, and it's a lot more attractive. It's a lot more getting that law of attraction to just draw towards you the people that you really want. The business that you really want are those business that are really kind of just, they feel like there's nothing wrong with them, but something could be better. All right? I promise me, you don't want the client that thinks that they need what you have or else they're not going to be okay. They're the worst clients. They're the worst clients. They drain you, and it's just never a good experience. So it's not about the sale. It's about long-term commitment. It's about building credibility. And do like the masters do. Do like, the Christ and the Buddha and any wonderful, unbelievable teacher or healer or Christ consciousness embodied person, and just look upon the people who are sick and say, I know that you're showing symptoms of being sick, but I see you as whole and completely healthy, completely happy. Let's get you to feel that way about yourself, and then let's see what happens to these symptoms. So I share that because I think it's a wonderful thing that finally congealed with me today. I've been experiencing these cards together in a variety of different ways, but I just had a wonderful reading with a woman down there from Southern California. And it really, where she was trying to get her career new was just, it was very inspiring. And before I let you go, this video is going to be very short. It'll be under 9 minutes. And I had told this story before, I think in my Tattooed Spirit in the Tarot series. And I think it may have been even in regards to one of these cards. But a gentleman who was having trouble with his tree trimming business. And if you've known me, you've probably heard this story. But it so sums up the lesson of the devil in the death card, with pulling in the new energy of something new. And that is that this gentleman who was struggling with his tree service, and it was just all of a sudden the weather always is fine here. It's not like the weather changes and there's a bad season. His business just died off. And what we had discovered through the tarot and just doing some talking about whatever was coming up and what kind of prompts were coming up is that he was just falling in love caring for the trees. He was just looking at it more as just a job, more as just an income, because he started his tree service job because he loved agriculture. He loved trees. He loved maintaining orchards and making trees look beautiful and trimming them. He even worked on those small little trees. What the hell you call them? With the tiny little mini trees with the mini things. You guys will remember and you remind me. Whatever. I'll post it down below. Oh, God damn it. That's going to bug me. Oh, what are those little mini trees? The Karate Kid, he's trimming a little tree. Son of a... Oh, well, I know you guys will know that. That's a brain escape for me. But once we got him redirected into why he loved his tree service and why it was booming when he began it, because he came in and his whole energy was just like, yes, fine, okay, yes, I can help you. You want your trees trimmed, but I'm here for the trees. And it just so happens, yes, you're going to pay me and we're going to exchange some currency on it. And boom, his business got right back up. So I'd like to do more series about this, about actually using wonderful lessons from the tarot and combinations of cards to really get practical advice. And I think whenever you see these cards come together, or any sort of like sister cards of these, just remember that you got to break the belief systems of your clients and potential customers, because they're bullshit. Their own belief systems are bullshit. What you want to sell them is this wonderful Hierophant reverse, some unique idea that they haven't considered for themselves, right? Maybe they are already perfect, but their body's just going through a little bit of a hiccup, maybe because it's manifesting something that's in their mind or something like that. It could be any sort of body syndrome. We deal with that all the time, this whole thing with back pain. It's incredibly easy to take care of. Post-surgical pain and all this stuff is magnificently helped with working the mind in a way, not only through hypnotherapy, but just visualization. It's incredible the recovery rates just by using with what the tarot points to with mind. So anyway, I hope this was of value to you. Remember that other people's belief systems about themselves are usually bullshit, and whenever you sell them this new vision of just how wonderful they are and how you can help them see themselves as you already see them, that's going to guarantee you a client for life. So I hope this assists you, and I hope this assists your practice. And if this in any way applies to yourself, look at yourself beautifully, right? That's how the world does, so you might as well see yourself beautifully too. Have a good night. It's good to be back. I haven't posted a video in over a week, so this is great. Good to see you guys, kind of. I'll see you in the comments below. Bye.